My parents owned a beach house, and my father, my uncle, and their friend built it from the ground up. This project took many years to complete. And my father, he really loved the beach house, so he can go fishing, boating, or amongst other activities that they could do at the beach house. So after they retired, they finally decided to move there. And along somewhere down the road, they became old and they had to live closer to the doctor. They knew it was time because it took a long time to get there, many lights, so they figured they just had to give up the beach house and sell it so that way they could achieve that. And they were very fortunate, and I mean very fortunate, and the reason why is because after they sold the house, in which they sold it to a lumberjack owner, and he was a millionaire, but they sold the beach house to the millionaire, and a few months later, he heard about Hurricane Ike. And Hurricane Ike was not anything to mess around with. It was a mean hurricane in which there was tough, excruciating, devastating winds. So after these excruciating winds hit the neighborhood, it destroyed all the houses and made them collapse. The neighborhood was empty. And there was one house that was right next to my parents' beach house, which was very fragile. Nobody could go into the premises or even dare to touch it. And the reason why is the slightest touch would have made it collapse. So my father was very devastated because it took my uncle and he a very long time to build that house. So there was a lot of emotional attachment to it. So the government seized the properties and paid everybody off so that way they could rebuild anew. And so my dad and my mom went back to visit the neighborhood, and it was not like it was once before. My dad was very heartbroken, but thankfully we have pictures that will last forever.